Hello, hello, hello. It's Kathy Bedell at mystampinspot.com coming to you with this week's Spotlight class. I'm feeling like I might actually get through this today. It has been a week. Woo! All right. Jolly Delivery. This is the dies. Makes a really cute treat, and that I'm going to do last. And when I show you that, I'm going to give you a tip on it. This is so cute. I don't know if you were here earlier in the week when my phone literally overheated and shut down and wouldn't start for hours. This was the card I was making. I went back. It looked like I was doing the greeting when I last saw you. I got all the way through my second card when I realized that you were not there anymore. So I'm going back to do the second card. Move some buckets here. Okay, we were talking about this punch that's coming up in November. It's pretty cool. And I love it because if you pre-punch, you can see what it will fit. You know, you can go, okay, that'll fit or that'll fit. So that's pretty cool. All right, my second card of the week. Let's go. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And that's going to be for my inside. I have, where's my box so I know what I have? I have, have you seen this? This is the snowflake paper. It's not velvet, but it almost has a velvety feel. It's really very cool. It is embossed. But again, it's not velvet. It just has, it doesn't feel like cardstock. It has a softer feel. I don't know how to explain it. I have the DSP we're working with, which is, what is this at? 4 1/8. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/8 by 1, 2, and 7/8. 4 1/8 by 2 and 7/8. I have a piece of garden green that is 4 1/4 by 3. I am going to layer those. Yeah, so my live yesterday, thank goodness I was heading out the door and my basement was full of water. My garage was full of water. The heat that they came out to fix earlier in the week. And funny thing, I have no heat today. So go figure. Oh, well, it is what it is. You know what? Thank goodness it's not 0 degrees out. Hey, Jonna, how you doing? So, I almost put that on there. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm putting this snowflake paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4 onto my card base. So yeah, I'm just grateful that it's not brutally cold out. Last week's kit, which was last week's? Oh, was last week's the paper and whatnot? I technically, yes, you did miss the deadline, but I do have some extra paper. I can cut you a kit if you would like. You just got to let me know if you want to make a purchase or if you want to purchase the class. So just shoot me an email or a text or something, Jonna, and I'll hook you up. Thank you for that. Okay, so this little guy, he's so funny. He comes out of the DSP. I have hand trimmed him. Looking for dimensionals here. Sorry, I thought I had some right here. Oops. There we go. I like this paper because I like the movement in these cars, the way they look like they're whizzing by. You know, they're at a little angle, the scarfs are blowing in the wind. I love that. I think that is very cute. Okay. I also have sneak peeks of Stamp-A-Stack if you want to do Stamp-A-Stack. I'm just going to pop this up over here. If you want to do Stamp-A-Stack, that registration is coming Sunday. Of course, did I not bring my inks over? I was finishing up all the Stamp-A-Stack cards this morning. Okay, I am going to do special delivery because that's just what this reminds me of. It reminds me of a special delivery. And I really need to clean my stamps out. Looking for a small block. Oh, I guess we're going with this one. There we go. How's everybody's week going? So I'm going to put the banner facing that way. Like I said, I had to recut this card because I did this almost the whole card when I realized, oh, you weren't there the other day. I was like, oh, great, I'm talking to no one. People are thinking, where the heck did she go? As was I. I was thinking that too. Well, I was just grateful I didn't need a new phone, so that was the good news. I just had to wait for it to cool down. Oops. Hey, Angela, how are you? Happy Friday. Can you believe it's Friday? Holy smokes. Okay, now I want to look at the card that I did online because I kind of like the way it came out. So I want to look at it over here. So I'm putting this kind of like it's attached to his bumper almost, like a little flag coming off his bumper. How cute is that? So it's got the little snowflakes in the background. And let's throw some of these pool party dear dots. This class actually is coming with a lot of product. Let's see. And I apologize, I did not get this card on the blog yet. Like I said, it's been kind of a hairy week. But I will get them all on the blog tonight, so you'll have all the measurements and all of that good stuff, all the measurements and the ingredients. All right, let's go to card 3. Card 3, I pulled the postage dies. Because, you know, this is Jolly Delivery. So in my head, I thought postage dies would work. Remember these? These have been around a long time. I'm actually surprised we still have them. I shouldn't say that because watch, they'll instantly come off our list, go on the unavailable list or something. But these are great. You can make tags with holes, the whole bit, the whole package. So I have a piece. It is a beautiful fall day. Hey, Janet, how are you? Janet, you won a door prize at the in-person retreat, and I have a few. I should have mailed it. I apologize, I haven't. I can stick it in the mail to you. We were hoping you'd come back on Sunday, and then I popped it in my stuff, and there it's at. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we're going to hold it landscape. I have 2 pieces of poppy, not cut correctly. You know. Let me get my cutter. And I need some white, because I don't have a white layer here either. I must use the white layer for something else. So I have a white layer that I'm cutting to 4 by 5 1/4. By 5 1/4. There we go. And we need 2 pieces of poppy cut 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I think only one of them is cut that size. So 5 3/8, check, 4 1/8. There we go. Making these cards a little fancier inside. All right. I am taking this piece of DSP, which I told you I love this, but I was having trouble with it. So I decided to use the envelopes because they just seemed so appropriate. Woohoo! Oh, you're in Pennsylvania. Have a fun wedding weekend. I assume it's all weekend. Good for you. I hope you have a good time. Did you guys fly down or drive down? And I'm going to pop that onto my card front. Like so. There we go. I am going to take this Whisper White. It seems like I'm missing a lot of pieces in this bucket. Oh, there we go. I'm going to take this piece of Whisper White and I'm going to put it on this Poppy because it's Christmas. So we need to make the cards a little extra special. Give them a little extra girth. We're going to put this inside the card like that. And put this in here. Okay, now my special delivery. What did I do with that stamp? It's sitting right here somewhere. Oh, I guess I put it away. Imagine that. I actually put it away. Who would have thought? Let me pull out my drawer and move some stuff here. Okay. I'm just cleaning my stamp off because I used the green ink on the last one. And I want to use the Poppy ink on this one. Okay. Poppy. It's just a Poppy. Alright. I don't know if you can see or not, my ink pad, because I don't use Poppy as often. I need to use a bone folder at the back of the spoon and really work the ink into the pad. There's something about the red, so like the Blackberry Bliss, because that has red in it. Some of the pinks, some of the darker pinks, like Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, they will do this if you don't use them often. And this is not a color I use very often. So I don't have to scrap the pad. I just need to clean it up a little bit. So I'm writing special delivery because it's kind of like a little postal card here. Closing that up. And I'm going to attach this directly to the card. You'll see I used the die, kind of, again, giving it that postal feel. And I'm going to use this little zoomy zoom guy. He's making a special delivery. Zoomy zoom. You guys old enough to remember, come on and zoom, come on and zoom, come on and zoom, 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 zoom. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this back bumper and kind of lining it up here. Like that. And there's a reason for that. Because I thought it was funny. Because I don't always have the best sense of humor, but that's all right. I thought it would be funny to put little dots here like the little exhaust was coming out. Like he's leaving a trail of exhaust. And then I think I'll put a red one up here somewhere to fill in that space. Maybe even two red ones. Just to fill in a little space. There we go. Here's my original sample card. I think I had my car over further. See how I have it closer? I pushed this one way over. I think I like it this way better than this way. But that's a personal preference. All right, let's go on to, what are we on? Card 4. We're flying through these. And I haven't lost reception. My phone hasn't died. I do not have heat. But, you know, aside from that, it's all good. All right, so the only thing now is this is going to be a fun fold, a gift card holder. But if you don't want a gift card holder, I'll show you what you can do to keep from having it be a gift card holder. I love this card. So this is Poppy, 11 inches by 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, and then I've scored it at 2 1/2. That's going to be my gift card pocket. If you don't want it to be a gift card, just cut it off at 2 1/2 here. Okay, so you're measuring this way. You'd score at 5 1/2 and then pull it this way and cut. No, you'd flip it and cut 2 1/2 this way. So you're cutting off 2 1/2 inches, or you would cut at the 1, 2, 3 inch mark. Okay, so this piece here would only be 3 inches. Okay. But if you want a gift card holder, you're going to want a little tear and tape. And just add a little bit of tear and tape just to make sure it's closed. Everything else will be the exact same if you're doing a gift card holder. Let me just close this pocket up. Come on and zoom. Come on and zoom. Okay. Getting a little giddy here in New England. All right. Now we have all kinds of stuff here. Look at all this stuff we have. All right. We have, the first thing we are going to do is we have a piece of white that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And we have the big stack of mail. That's 4 by 5 1/4. That's clearly Santa's mailbox. Whoa! Clearly, that is Santa's mailbox. Because who else gets that much mail? Hopefully we all send this much mail. We spend so much money making cards. Hopefully we send as many as we make. Is that true for anybody? Oh. But truly, it makes someone's day. When I get a card, recently I got like 4 cards in the past week, and I like squeal. It's so exciting. All right, now, these 2 pieces you do not need. This one is, what is this? 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. And the DSP is 4 by 2 3/4. Now, if you are not making a gift card holder, put these aside for something else. You'll have these 3 layers for something else. But because I'm making a gift card holder, I'm going to put mine on. I guess you could even cut your little animals off the back. There we go. We always need gift card holders at Christmas, right? Come to think of it, I did not make one gift card holder for my Stamp-A-Stack. I think I have to design one tonight. Okay, now that that's in there and the gift card, whoa, the gift card's going to go in here. I'm going to use a 1-inch punch, and I'm just going to slide it in there and just put a little notch in. It'll go through all 3 layers. You can do it with any size circle punch, really. I just chose the 1-inch because it was small. Just so that your thumb can pull it out. You might even want to do it a little deeper. I might do it a little deeper here. Like that. There we go. That's better. There we go. Okay. Simple, simple. Now the front. We have 4 1/8 by 2 3/8 and 4 by 2 1/4. And we're going to layer those. Again, I'll have all these measurements on the blog for you. You know what? I actually can put them right here. But I will put them on the blog. But in case you want a screenshot. There we go. There we go. That's going on there. Okay. Now, I am missing one fun thing. Hold on, I have to find one. I'm going to my pack of paper, and I am pulling out, can't believe I didn't do this already. So I am pulling out the pop-out version of this beautiful golden. If you get the kit or if you make a purchase and I send you the card kits for free, you will get one that you have to rough cut, fussy cut, however you want to call it. I'm looking for the piece to show you. You'll get one like this that you'll just fussy cut around, okay? But in the interest of time, no one needs to see me do that today. I keep looking at my phone to make sure. Send them, mail them to someone, Jonna. I'm lucky. I found a little coffee shop that I have a card rack at, and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm missing something else too. Holy smokes, where is it? Well, that is unfortunate. I'm missing the best part of the card. I found a coffee shop. I'm just kind of centering him a little bit. You know, he's a little over this side, a little over this side. And I'm just going to add glue to 1/2 of it, maybe not even 1/3 of it. I found a coffee shop that I have a rack in that I can sell a lot of my samples in. So it's great. So a lot of these go. I don't charge a lot because I'm just really looking to recoup the cost of my materials. Before I do this, let's stamp this. I want to stamp this block's way too big. I am stamping inside this card Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes, and I'm going to stamp it in Poppy. Just wide enough. That postage label is just wide enough for that stamp, which is so fun. Then, if I can find my crumb cake ink here, I brought it over. What did I do with it? Well, you know what? I'm going to use pecan. I used crumb cake on my prototype card, but this has the cutest little paw prints, and I am just going to stamp them on the corner here. I think I would like it better in crumb. I'm going to stamp on scrap and see how dark this is. Let's see. I guess that's not bad. I'm going to kind of do it like he's walking across the little card. Like that. How cute is that? Isn't that really cute? I think that's adorable. Gosh, I can't believe I can't find my label, and I didn't come prepared to redo my label, so I'm going to have to just show you, which is very bad. I embossed a label yesterday. Well, I embossed 2. I wonder if it's sitting on my table over there. All right, let me show you a trick. When you want to line these up, kind of encase around this label and put this one like this. Just make sure that it's going in the right direction. Get them all lined up like that. Then close your card on it. Oh, and I messed up. Line them up. I like to use my fingers to line them up, but for some reason I think I was pinching and it was bowing it. There we go. And now it's nice and lined up. Isn't that cute? So the beautiful thing is the beautiful heat embossed label I had for it. I don't know what I did with it. I made it yesterday, and it's not in my kit, so I'm not really sure. But I also had a flooded basement, so I don't know what happened to it. But that's the finished product. That's just heat embossed. You could do it with white craft ink, or you could do a different label and put a white label over a different red label, like maybe, ovals or something. I just was looking for something to pop as opposed to white against this white. So that's why I chose to heat emboss that. He's really cute. He is really, really cute. I'm sorry. Oh, I found it. I found it and it fell out in a bucket. I knew I wasn't going crazy. Well, yeah, I kind of am crazy, but... Can you tell I'm scattered? Can you tell my week has been heck? This is like the most disorganized class ever in the history of my classes. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe this is normal to you. Oh, that's so nice, Jonna. Thank you. Yeah, I feel your pain about the creating thing. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's very hard. So again, this is heat embossed. So there we go. There's that cute little card. All right. Now we have one more card, and then we have a treat. I'm moving my boxes around. I keep everything organized in boxes. Let's see. Let's see. I have an extra piece of white cardstock here. Why did I do that? I feel like maybe I need it. So let's see. Oh, I know. Because I want to show you. I want to show you how I did this. So this is why I have an extra piece of white cardstock. Because I'm going to bring the cutter over and show you. So I have here 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is thick white. I'm going to lightly crease it, but not super creased, because we're going to make a little fun fold. So I want to line it up on the 1 inch like this, and I want to go from the score line up. And I love that this is clear. You can see through it. There's a little line on your cutter on the blade, so that I know when I'm lined up, and I'm just going up. Then I'm going to turn around, and I think I have to move this up so you guys can see it. Then I'm going to line it up on the 1 inch, and I'm going to come down. So I'm making a 1 inch slit on both sides, like that. Let's get that out of the way. Then we're going to fold this up. So this is our card base. There we go. My fingers are filthy. A lot of ink on them today. I apologize. Have you all noticed how the ink just does not come off your fingers? I don't know what that is about. Okay. Now I'm actually going to adhere these 2 flaps right to my card backing. Like this. And I'm going to adhere this one as well. Like this. Then we're just going to have this part that opens. A fun little, like that. Now we have 2 pieces of real red. These are cut at 7/8 inch wide by 4 1/8 long. Okay. And I have 2 of those. Let me push this aside for a second. Then I have this piece of red. This is cut 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. So that kind of mimics our card front here. Right? Then I have this piece of DSP that's going in the center. This is 4 inches by, this is not 4 3/4 inches. This is 1, 2, 3 1/4 inches. 3 1/4 inches. Let me make a change to my notes so that I don't type it wrong on the blog. So what did I say? That was 3 1/4 inches. 3 1/4. Then I have, what I did was I actually cut 1 piece of DSP, and then I want to make sure it goes the right way. Okay, so see how this building, no, this goes here. See how this building lines up with this? Let me take the red out from underneath because we can see it better. So this goes like this. And this building lines up with this, as does the tree up here. So what I really did was I cut 1 rectangle, which would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 3/4 inches wide. Then I went ahead and I cut 3/4 of an inch off this side. No, 7/8 of an inch off this side and 7/8 of an inch off that side. And that's how we're going to adhere them to our papers. Okay? And because we just want the scene, even though it's going to have red between it, we just want the scene to kind of flow. We don't want to lose the cute little town scene or store scene. Holiday. Festivus. Anybody watch Seinfeld in the old days? Festivus. Okay. There we go. I left a little too much red border on this side, not enough on this side, but if that's the worst of my week, I'm doing good. Okay. There we go. So now we're going to adhere those to the corresponding pieces. Again, just make sure you lined up my tree and my shop and my shop and my tree. A wet glue might be better for this. I'm using a tape runner, but a wet glue might be better. And then we're just going to center this on here. There we go. And then this one's going over here. Like that. And I always like to put the long side, line up the long side. There we go. How cute is that? But it's about to get cuter. So this little scene is Fussy Cut, this little guy dragging the sled. He's making a special delivery from the North Pole. Rumor has it Santa pays him overtime because he's so little and he has to work twice as hard to get it everywhere. At least that's what I heard anyway. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Nice day in Tennessee, Debbie. I saw your text come through yesterday. It was Bedlam, and then I realized when I saw your name just pop up now that I never answered it, and I apologize. I will get back to you later. If you emailed me or texted me yesterday, I'm slow to respond because it was messy around here. Then when my husband got home at 7:30, I said, come on, we're going for margaritas. I was so spent. I was so done. Okay. And I'm going to put this guy here, like he's dragging it through the town, delivering his little packages from the North Pole. Now, I actually pre-embossed. Again, this is from the Punch. So this is this label from the Punch. From the North Pole. And then this label I stamped with Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. And we're going to pop that on our card. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this one flat. I'm not going to put this one on dimensionals. And I'm not putting adhesive all the way to the end because I kind of want it to stick over my card just a little bit. Like that. This guy I'm going to put on dimensionals. I love this new Punch that's coming in November. It is so awesome. And the stamp set that goes with it is equally awesome. Did I end up showing it in the thing? Because I'm not really sure when I cut out. And I'm just going to kind of put this off center to this tag. From the North Pole, Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. And then I love this sentiment, hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. So I'm going to stamp that on the inside. Maybe we'll throw a couple paw prints inside too. Again, I'm doing it in the poppy. My temptation keeps wanting me to pull real red. But you can really see the difference when they're side by side. Even though they kind of look the same. My block is wickedly crooked, but my stamps, there we go. And maybe let's put a couple of those little paws on there. What do you think? Clean that up. Let's get these little paw prints here. And we'll just, let's see. So I am thinking, wait a minute, I'm thinking about having him kind of zigzag at the bottom. But then it looks like a two-footed animal. Oh no, maybe it doesn't. Not if I space it right. Okay, so he's going in this direction. So I'm going to have him go this way. I don't know. You might need to experiment to get your footprints a little more even. There you go. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. I love those little dogs. What are they called? Dachshunds? Is that what they're called? All right, so we have a cute fun fold. Actually, we have 2 cute fun folds. And then we have this gift card holder. Again, you can cut this panel off if you don't want it to be a gift card. And our last thing, we need a hole punch. This is an old Stampin' Up! One we used to sell. I'm sure most of you have a hole punch. If you don't, I should have grabbed this. We carry the 3-pack of hole punches. This is a 1/8 inch. Maybe we'll use that instead. Okay. All right. Let me move these aside for a minute here. I want to show you these dies and how these work, because I first cut them out. I didn't watch anything on it. I just started to cut them out. And then I went, oh no, how do we seal it? So first of all, I didn't realize this either. There are 2 sheets of dies with all the little animals from the stamp set. So you literally have the bear, the little dachshund, this cat, and the badger. You have this mailbox. You have these 4 envelopes. And what else do you have? And then you have various those are little paw prints. Then you have various ways to seal your envelope up. So let me show you. Let's do this. So I cut this like this. And as you can see, I have taped here. This comes out. But can you see? Let me try to put it on a piece of darker cardstock so you can see. Let me grab a darker piece of cardstock. Can you see how it has 3 notches? As does the star shape and the heart shape. Oops. So they all have 3 notches. And what those notches do is they fit. Like I said, I didn't do it the first time I did it. So this piece cuts like the latch on your envelope. But on this side, there are 3 notches. So you take these and you put them in. So this one's a heart. It'll do a heart closure. And you want to die cut it like this. So I use blue tape. You use washi tape, whatever. And I just taped it together. I actually put it down like this. And I just fit it in like this. And then I stuck a piece of tape across it, okay? And then you die cut the whole thing. If you don't do this part, you have no way to seal it unless you tape it closed. So that's kind of important. Ask me how I know that. I might know that in some way. Because, I don't read. I don't look things up. I just start poking around and trying stuff. All right, so there are double score lines. I folded 1 score line so that it would fit in my little case. But there are double score lines. So basically, 1 score line is where these flaps are. See that? And then the other score line is probably about, I don't know, a little more than 1/4 of an inch. So this box is a little more than 1/4 of an inch deep. Now, I saw someone say you could put a gift card in this. I couldn't get a gift card in it. Hey, Katie. Yeah, Dash, this is so cute. Do you have one by chance? I couldn't get a gift card in this. So I'm not sure. You certainly could cash in it if you wanted to do a cash gift. But what I did find that fits, because, I love candy, is the Ghirardelli squares. So what I'm going to do now is I want the postage side facing out when I make my box. So these little tabs, I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape. You could use Seal Plus. I guess you could use a green glue. The problem is that the green glue, you really should have like a strong area to press, and it's kind of hard with this little package. So I don't know that the green glue, I actually just pulled that tear and tape right off of that. I don't know that the green glue is as good for this, just because it would be really hard to get a good seal on it. So I'm going to use tear and tape, because for me, I think it's easier. The Seal Plus might be a little wide. Look I keep leaving the tape on my finger because this piece is so small. Maybe I'll just rip it a little bigger and rip it once it's on there. Like that. There we go. That's the way to go. So I have this flap here. Like that. I have this flap here, right there. These all pre-cut when you die cut it. And there we go. Okay. So now, we just have to get all these backings off. And we'll build our little box. There we go. Ah. There we go. Okay, so this here is my die cut circle, and it actually embosses 2 lines like that, and that is going to go through this hole here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start to fold up my sides and tuck in my flap and make the corner meet, and just go around the whole box doing that. Like that. There we go. Now, if this were wet glue, it would be a little difficult to make that happen. Now, this is where you'd want to fill it, because this is going to pop through here. So I'm going to put a couple candies in it. If you purchase the class, or if you make a purchase, when I send you the kits, I'll also send you a couple pieces of candy. I don't know what flavor they'll be. It'll be random. But your gift will be ready to go. I'm just pulling 2 out randomly. So I have a milk chocolate caramel and a dark chocolate mint. And 2 fit in here perfectly. Like that. And then you just kind of butterfly these open. You know, actually, I think 1. I think this is a little too tall for 2. It won't really close well with 2. So this is a single candy box. Okay, this was so much easier when I made my sample yesterday. There we go. Okay, so a single candy is what fits in there really well. All right, now you'll have to fussy cut this cute, I don't know, is he a St. Bernard or is he a Bernese Mountain Dog maybe? He might be a Bernese Mountain Dog. How cute is he with the little elf collar and hat and his little presents on his back? So I want this to be special delivery. Is that what's on here? That is on here. And I have my Poppy ink. Whoa, I almost put that on my shirt. And I'm going to ink that up. Now, because we're going to tie it on here, I want it to kind of be at an angle. So I'm actually going to put a diagonal to the corner. And I have actually pre-punched this hole. So you'll need to just poke a hole in the corner with your punch. And then we're going to take a couple dimensionals and pop our puppy up here. All dogs are puppies to me. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to pop him right on there. How cute is he? Special delivery. All right, now, I have like an imperfection in this piece of string. So I'm going to cut this end. I don't like the way that's raveled there. I don't know if I did that or if it came that way. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a piece hang over the top. I'm going to wrap it one way. And then I'm actually going to go longer on the top. And then I'm going to twist it. I'm going to put my box upside down is what I'm going to do. You catching that? In case I confused you? No, because that's not the way I want it to be. I do want it this way. All right. Oh, closure down. And then twist it. Flip it. But I do think I need a little more twine. I don't think I have quite enough. So the nice thing about this closure is the box can be reused. Whoops. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ends and I'm going to feed them through my tag from the back. Very rough end there. Hold on. So I'm putting one through. And then I'm going to take the other one and feed that one through. If you hold this down, it makes more space to get the second one through. There we go. Okay, so we have it wrapped around our box both ways. And now it's coming through our tag. And I'm just going to tie a bow. Then your tag, your box can be open and closed. A lot of great little things will fit in here. But like I said, a gift card will not. And I only know that because I tried. Unless you had a paper one that you could fold up. How cute is he? Isn't that so cute? And so then you just pinch these together. And you pull that open and the candy's inside. Wow, we get through the whole class. Imagine that. Woohoo! All right, so I am going to put these on the blog after we get off. How cute is that? So this week's class is 2, 4, 5 cards and a trait. We have 2 fun folds and 1 gift card holder, but you can cut that piece off and not have it be a gift card if you don't want a gift card. And now that I said that, my registration for Stamp-A-Stack is coming Sunday, early morning Sunday. So I want to show you some of the cards you can choose from. Some are older, some are newer. So this will be a choice. And all these cards have extra layers inside because, like I said, at Christmas, you really want it to be extra nice. And there's this one. Now, card packs, don't mind the sticky notes on them all. This is embossed. Most of these cards, you can use any greeting you want. But there will be limits on certain card kits because the DSP is not available. Like, for instance, this DSP is not available right now. So there'll be a limit on this. The same thing with this card. There'll be a limit on this because this DSP is not available. And I didn't stamp in these, but they all have like the extra beautiful layer. This is very limited because this ribbon is gone and this DSP has been discontinued. But I do have some. Isn't that pretty? I love this. I used vanilla with it. I will have, like I said, most of these cards you could use any stamp set you want. This is like the least limited because most of it's die cut. This is limited because of the DSP and the ribbon. My ribbon's a little wonky there. I love this. It's not something I typically would choose, but it really focuses on the holiday. It's very natural and very focused on the holiday. This will be one of my lesser limited cards, both of these. This will be very limited because this DSP is out of stock and will not be back in stock until after the Stamp-A-Stack. My price did not increase from last year. Same thing with this. This DSP is out of stock. This ribbon is gone. So this will be limited as well. So my price is the same as last year. This will be limited because this DSP is out of stock, as is the silver. There's nothing written in there, but as is the silver foil paper. So now this is, I have a few kits from last year, so you'll have to choose a different a greeting if you like that one. This is from last year. Very limited quantity on this. So Stamp-A-Stack makes 4 of each cards. Now this one, you make 1 of each color and 1 is this. So they're all the same. It's just 1 is crumb cake, and then you have the cherry cobbler, the old olive, and the pretty peacock. That's your four cards. This is a discontinued set, but I do have a handful of these kits. I found some old paper, and I didn't find it, but I had some paper in the closet that I hadn't gotten rid of because they were open packages, and I don't like to do a lot of open packages when I do my $100 boxes. So this will be limited because this ribbon is sadly gone, but there is that. And then there are these, and I feel like, was there another one? Maybe not. Maybe that's what I have. And I do need to make a gift card holder, so that is coming. I don't have that here to show you. But like I said, registration will go live on, hey Karen Halteman, how are you? I love this big stamp. If you don't own this stamp, I highly suggest you invest in this because truthfully, this makes the quickest, easiest cards. You could put any of these DSPs down the bottom. I mean, any of them. And just change your ink color. Look, you could do Misty Moonlight with that. Change your ribbon. I mean, truly, I love this stamp set. So, if you are in person, I will have all the stamp sets, all the inks, everything you need to go. If you purchase these to go, you really just need a grading. Now, I heat emboss this, but you could do this with white craft ink. So really, any stamp set that you want, and if you didn't have the exact ink color, you could always do black. Or like a early espresso or something. So look for that on Sunday. And again, this is this really cute class. I have to say, Mary Buteau, I don't know if you're on here, but Mary was, I can't wait to see what you do with this set. And I'm going to tell you, this was not really in my wheelhouse. I was not really about this. This paper was very busy to me, but boy, I tell you, I love it. I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute, especially if you're a pet lover or someone in your life is a pet lover. And again, I love the way these vehicles have like a sense of motion to them. So there we go. There's my spotlight class this week. I will get these on the blog tonight, and on Sunday, be looking for the Stamp-A-Stack registration. And Karen, you asked me if I were going to do this set, I think. Peace on Earth. My stamp set is not right here. I think that was you that asked. I will do it, but I'm not sure the paper's in stock. I have to look. I may wait on that. I may do the Pines next week. That would be... I will do it, Karen, I promise, but I may do... where's the Pines? I had the Pines here. This one. I may work with this paper and this stamp set next week. I haven't done this one yet, so you may see this next week. All right. I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. Thank you for being here. And, I don't know. I will see you Monday. Monday. Sorry about my dog. Bye, you guys. Thanks for being here.